Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this card making project. Today we're going to make a gorgeous monochrome card, something a little bit different, using lots of Anna Griffin goodies. Everything I do use I'll put in the description box on my blog, and feel free to comment as well. So the first thing that we're going to need is our base card. This is a 7x5 inch card and this is a white base card. So you can see it on my cardometer to give you an idea at home of what size card I'm using. It's a 7x5, which is slightly smaller than the A5, which is half the size of the A4. And I know in other countries this isn't A5, it's A3. So, but just to give you an idea at home of the size that we're going to be working with. So as always, I'm going to just use my bone folder to make sure I've got a good sharp score along the edge, because then it'll stand up nicely and it looks a little bit more professional. So we're going to do the inside first, and the first thing I've got is a plain piece of white cardstock. And I know you're thinking, well, that's a bit odd, it's a white card and you're putting even more white in it. Well, it just gives it that little bit of something when somebody opens it, that you haven't just stuck a sticker or something in the centre, and it makes it look that you've taken a little bit more time and effort over it. So I'm going to place the white layer through the centre of the card like that. And then what I've done is I've used Anna's fretwork collection of dies to cut out a die cut which used to look like this, and I've just trimmed the side curls away. But then what I've done is I've not only trimmed the side curls, I've trimmed the centre as well. Now the centre actually fits the sentiment that I've rubber stamped using Anna's chalkboard stamps. And what I did was, before I run it through the Xyron machine, I put the sentiment on top of the die cut, and using a craft knife I cut around the edge so that it will actually fit precisely in the middle. And then I ran both of them through the Xyron to get the adhesive on the back, and carefully I'll peel this off my sheet, and I'm going to pop this through the centre of the card like so. There we go. Press it down. I've got rid of most of the glue that was, you know, sometimes you get a few little tail links, and then I can add the centre, the sentiment in the centre, and that should fit perfectly. There we go. So it doesn't add any extra bulk. Just got a little bit of glue there. There we go. It doesn't add any extra bulk. It's flat because the sentiment is in the die cut. We haven't built the layers up. And there's enough room for you to write your message, to, from, etc. And that's the inside finished. Beautiful, even though it's just an insert. So now we can do the outside of our card. I'm just going to use the bone folder again along the edge, just to keep that nice sharp crease. Now the first layer that I've got is a white embossed layer, and this is embossed using one of the embossing folders from the collector's edition, and it's the Jolie lace. And the only thing I've done was I cut a piece of white card to size, and then I put it in the embossing folder and took it through the machine, and it gives a really good sharp embossed finish. So there was nothing else needed for that, and this will sit through the centre of my card like that, so you can see that gorgeous deep emboss. Next, what I did was I took another piece of white card through the same embossing folder. And when it came out, I inked the top of the emboss with black ink, and you can see it's picked up all the detail. I'll show you the closeness of it. So it's picked up all the detail, and then I've just trimmed the top away. So I've left roughly 1/2 inch between the top of the pattern to the edge. On the back, I've got flat tape at the uncut edge, shall we say, at the straight edge. And then at the bottom, I've got 3D foam, because I'm going to place this over the pattern on the card, and where the lace edge is, I want that to be a little bit more prominent, so it sticks up slightly there and gives it a little bit of a lift. So next, what I've got is a piece of Anna's flock cardstock. This has been through the Xyron machine, and I'm simply going to pop the piece of flock across the top of our lace, like so. There we go, trying to get it straight. So that's our first layer. Next, we've got a piece of normal general white cardstock. Again, it's gone through the Xyron machine, and this is going to just sit over our flock layer like so, and I'm just going to trim that away. There we go. Then next, the die cut that I've already shown you from the fretwork dies. I can peel this away. Again, it's been through the Xyron machine, and I've tried to get as much of the adhesive away from it. You know, when you take it out the machine and you have to break the seal between the parts, but I can just see that there's a few extra bits that I've missed. So we can pop this across the flock like so, press it down firmly. Next, I've taken a sentiment from the Rose collection from Anna, and it says good luck, and I've just simply added 3D foam on the back of it, and I'm going to pop it through the centre of the fretwork die like so. There we go. And then to finish it, I've got a white bow in satin ribbon, 15mm width, and I'm just going to pop that at the top of our sentiment. There we go. And that finishes off our card perfectly. Now that could be used, you could change the sentiment, you could make it as a wedding card, you could make it for a gentleman because of the monochrome. It's not floral, it's just such a pretty card. A gorgeous birthday card. You could use pastel colours for a wedding. It stands up nicely, so the centre matches the outside. You maybe would need a little bit of extra packing. You've got a couple of layers there. It would still not go in a normal standard envelope, but it's such a beautiful card. I really like the contrast in the colours, and especially with the detail from the embossing folder on the lace. It just, you know, it's very striking, is that one. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Please check my blog for so many more projects. There's something there for everybody, I would say. Check me out on Facebook, I'm always on there, and you know, say hello, introduce yourself, let me know you're there, let me know if you've watched, tell me what you think. You can comment on my blog as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.